this looks a hot mess. I promise this is very organized. So I'm gonna be sharing all of the products that are in my everyday makeup drawer. Some of these products are products that I'm still trying to test out so I can really like get a full grasp on how I feel about these products. Some of these products I really like. Some of them are just products that I haven't used in a very long time that I just wanted to kind of like revisit, you know, and just play around with it to see if I still like it, just to get a feel for these products. My Huda Beauty Water Jelly Primer. I feel like this is such an underrated primer. I don't even remember a lot of people talking about this primer when it first came out, but I absolutely love this. This is a primer that kind of goes on like water, and then when it dries down, it has like a tacky, slight gripping feel. I love this. I just put this in here because it's honestly kind of old and I want to use this up, but I definitely will be repurchasing another one of these primers because I really, really love it. This primer in here is fairly new, but it's from the brand Mora. This is their new Hydrating Plump Serum Primer. I have been using this honestly nonstop. This is kind of like along the lines of the Huda Beauty Water Jelly Primer, except this one is literally a serum. And then when it dries down, it kind of has a slight tacky feel, which helps to grip your makeup. I think it reminds me of the Huda. That's why I love it a lot, and that's why it's in here. I have to have one true gripping primer in this drawer, and I have chosen the e.l.f. Power Grip with Niacinamide. Honestly, it was either between this one, the Milk Hydro Grip, or the OG Power Grip, and this one's the newest. So I was like, let me just put this in here and use it. I feel like this primer works really, really well with certain foundations. Other foundations, I kind of like skip out on this primer, but I love it. Inside Secure the Blur Primer. This also helps with controlling your oils, which I love. Same thing with my Milk Pore Eclipse Primer. This also has niacinamide in it, but it also helps to control and mattify the oils. I really, really love this. I don't know what they did to this formula, but it's good. And if there's one thing that Milk does well, it is primers. I have my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Primer Balm. This is so good. I have hit pan on mine, which is so interesting. This one is the translucent one, but I really, really love it, okay? It's really good. It goes on like a balm, but it turns into a powder when you blend it out. This product is truly a game changer. It's a game changer when I tell you. Then lastly for primer, I have the Huda Beauty Glowish Primer. This is literally a filter for your face. It will blur out the pores. It looks like you're wearing a filter in real life. It is so smoothing. I feel like my foundations apply so smooth on top of this and so beautifully. This is a must in this drawer. Now moving along a little bit back here, I keep my bronzer. So it's whether it's cream bronzers, liquid bronzers, powder bronzers, it is in this little section here. I told you, this drawer is organized, even if it doesn't look like it. But for stick bronzers, I have the Tarte Sculpt Tape, which I've absolutely been loving. And then I have the LYS Cream Bronzer. This is also a really, really good cream bronzer. So I would definitely check this out. It is a very creamy formula. So a little bit goes a long way. You do not need a lot of this product. So I would recommend treading very lightly with this one, with the LYS. This right here, who remembers how obsessed I was with this cream bronzer from ABH? To be honest, I'm still obsessed with this. I am still obsessed. Look at how much I've used this. I feel like this is just a must-have in my everyday makeup drawer. It doesn't come out, and I love it. I am in the shade Chestnut. And then I have the NARS Laguna Bronzer, but this one I use more of like a contour. But as you can see, I have been loving this and using this a lot. But I really, really love it to get those snatched cheeks. And NARS kills it, okay? I have a lot of NARS products in this drawer, which you will see. And then I have the Say Cream Bronzer, which is a formula that I haven't used in a while, but I do remember loving it. Look at how much I've used it. I remember loving this formula. I stopped using it because my lid broke and I had my boyfriend super glue it and I forgot that he fixed it, so I saw this in my drawer and I pulled it out. I love it. It's such a good bronzer. I have this bronzer in here from Sigma. This is in the shade Deep. So this right here is I use this more so for my eyeshadow. I use this to kind of like sculpt out the eyes. If I don't want to wear any eyeshadow, I'll just put this bronzer on and I'm good to go. So that is what I technically use this for. And then of course I have my Jaclyn Cosmetics powder bronzer, and I absolutely love this bronzer. I feel like I'm about to hit pan. I don't know if you can tell. I can kind of see the indent of the pan, but this will definitely be a repurchase for me when I finish it because it is so good. I absolutely love this bronzer. So moving on to the top part, this is where I keep powders and highlighters. So these are my trusty powders. I do have the Dior Powder No Powder in here. Rumor has it they are reformulating this. Who told them to do it? I don't know, because I feel like this is good and a lot of people love this powder. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why are you reformulating this good powder? I love it. And I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect powder. This is very beautiful. It's very blurring. I really, really love this. I have my Revlon Blot Stay Matte Setting Powder. This is so good. Look at how much I've used this. I have purchased backups of this powder because Ulta stopped carrying it. They stopped having it on their site. I get it from Target now, but I have a feeling Target's gonna get rid of that soon. So I bought backups. It's my favorite powder, and it kind of has like a slight pinky kind of undertone. So you know it's a good powder. The new NARS Soft Matte Pressed Powders. I have two. This one I use for brightening, and then this one I use for more like over the face, cleaning up the contour. So this is in the shade Bay and the shade Seafront. Love these powders. If you haven't tried them, I highly recommend it, especially if you have oily skin. That is going to be a life-saving powder for you. The Uma Beauty setting powder is also really pretty. I found with this setting powder, certain concealers work best with it, but it is such a smoothing, blurring powder where it's just like, wow, my under eyes look so smooth. Is this real? Is how I feel half the time when I use that. All right, and for highlighters, so this one, my Rare Beauty highlighter, I've had in here since I've purchased this highlighter. I really, really love it, as you can tell. But these other three highlighters, I wanted to pull out because I haven't used in so long. So this one is the Not Blush Skin Glazing Highlighter. This used to be my absolute favorite highlighter of all time. You can just see in the pan how beautiful this highlighter is. This is in the shade Lucent Jungle. You can get this on the Ulta website. It is so stunning. It literally looks like it lit from within glow. It looks like skin. I absolutely love it. I also just realized I said I was going in the order that I do my makeup, and I completely skipped over foundations. Wow, we'll get to that next. But then I also put my Jaclyn Putty Highlighter in here. This is so pretty. I usually like to pull this out for the summertime, but I was just like, I wanted to try. I just wanted to use different highlighters because highlighter is not something I switch out a lot, and I missed using this formula. So I pulled this out because I really wanted to play around with it some more because I really, really love this. And then lastly, I have my MAC highlight in the shade Beaming Blush. I wanted a different colored highlighter. It's kind of like a duochrome. It goes from pink to gold. I thought this would be really pretty combined with blush. And I love this highlighter formula from MAC. It's my favorite one. We are gonna get into foundations, and then we are gonna move into blushes because I love blush, okay? I've done some reorganizing this drawer a lot. There's a lot of products in here, best believe, but I love having options, you know? I like to do my makeup depending on my mood and how I feel. So the two foundations I have in here, which kind of is crazy to me because I have my Makeup Forever. My Makeup Forever was on my filming table. You already know this is my absolute favorite foundation. I will ride for this foundation to the end of time. Best believe this foundation is so good, okay? It's so good. It's my absolute favorite. Makeup by Mario. It's more of like an everyday foundation, but it's on the pricey side, so it's hard to use it as an everyday foundation, but that's just how I found I like to use it. And then I have the NYX Bear With Me Blur. This right here, I am still trying to figure it out because I feel like less is more, but sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to put more on, and I'm just like, I don't know. I want to keep playing around with this to really, really get a full feel for this, but it's a good drugstore foundation. I like that it blurs. It's just not the most long lasting, but I'm still playing around with it. I'm trying out different product combos to see what products I like best with this. So I will always keep you guys updated. I have, of course, the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I like to have a little bit of glow sometimes. I put the Makeup Revolution In Real Life Concealer so I can continue testing this out because I don't really know how I feel about it. So I'm going to continue playing with it. It looks pretty when I set it, but I haven't really tested this out, you know, wearing it out and, you know, going through a full day with this on, seeing if it creases. I don't know. I've only worn it for a short amount of time. So I have it in here to test out. I have my favorite concealers in here. These do not come out of my drawer. I have the Milk Future Fluid Concealer, the Kosas Concealer, and then the e.l.f. Camel Concealer, which I feel like you cannot go wrong with. This is so good. And then I have the Mented Concealer, which I've also been loving. So that's in this little foundation and concealer drawer. Now let's move on to blush, because we all know I am a sucker for blush. So in this little section right here is where I keep my blushes. I love these. Okay, so first up, you already know what this one is. Pat McGrath, Paradise Venus. Who guessed it? Who guessed it? This one, trust me, so pretty. It's the prettiest everyday blush. Thank me later. Okay, I have a ton of different blushes in here. So the About Face Blush Balm, if you want to see swatches, you know, more in depth kind of on these blushes, I will link my blush collection video because I'm not going to do swatches because I've talked about these blushes for a while. But I will link that in a card above so you can check that out if you want to see these blushes swatched. The Flower Beauty Blush Balm, gorgeous. And also, let me just say, I cannot wait to add the new Danessa Myricks blushes to this drawer because let me tell you, I will be making room for those new Danessa Myricks blushes. Best believe. Oh, I pulled out the Earthy Pink Makeup by Mario blush. This is so pretty for every day, and I feel like we're coming more into spring now, so this is a really pretty springy time blush. I pulled out the Persona Jam blush. This is one of my favorite stick blushes ever. This formula is so smooth and so creamy. Definitely recommend. I did put the new Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk matte blush in here because I want to continue testing this out and continue to use it. But as of right now, I've only used it once, so I'm gonna keep you guys updated in a roundup video at the end of the month on all the new makeup that I've tried. These liquid blushes, I love these. And of course, my Too Faced Cloud Crush blush. This is in the shade Watermelon Rain. She is absolutely gorgeous. She is stunning. I love her. She's so pretty. So that's all the blushes I have in here at the moment. I'm definitely sure this section will change out. Let's finish up this last part here. So for SPF, I have these two. I have the e.l.f. Wow Glow Sunscreen, and then I also have this one that Good Molecules sent to me in PR, the Sheer Mineral Sunscreen SPF 30. I actually like both of these. I need to use the Good Molecules one a little bit more. I've used the e.l.f. one more. Trust me, there's a huge difference. The e.l.f. one is very glowy. This one is not. But I am definitely going to update you on this one at the end of the month once I've tried it out more. Some skincare prep in here. I have the Rhode Peptide Glazing Fluid. My skin loves this. I love the dewy finish that it leaves, and I love how makeup applies when I use that. I have to have my MAC Fix Plus in here. This is a no-brainer for me. This will always be a repurchase for me, hands down. It literally changes my makeup, and I love it. And then lastly, for setting sprays that I'm trying out, these two are from Mora. Mora actually sent these to me in PR, and I have been I did a wear test. Hopefully that TikTok will be up soon, but I did a wear test with this. Girl, this right here, this is something. I love this setting spray, and I've been using this as like a priming spray. It says setting spray, but I've been using this before I apply my makeup just for that extra insurance for my makeup. So in this drawer next to that everyday makeup drawer, this is where I keep my everyday, lippies that I pull from a lot. Just keep all of my favorite lip liners in here. As far as like lippies, I keep Fenty, of course, the new Fenty Gloss Bomb. Love, love, love this. My Kylie Cosmetics Gloss Strip Glosses, which are my favorite. I have the About Face, you know, the new About Face lippy. This clear gloss from Made by Mitchell is, oh my god, it's so pretty. I love, love, love that gloss. It's so gorgeous. Of course, I keep some other go-tos. I have the e.l.f. lipstick, some Makeup by Mario plumping lip serums, P. Louise, you know, lip bases if I want more full coverage, a more pouty look, and some Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips. And for palettes, I have the Danessa Myricks highlighter palette, which I absolutely love, and I wanted to pull this out and play with because I really, really love this. The formula is amazing. And then I also just pulled out the Patrick Ta blush palette, which I feel like no other blush palette compares to this one. The shades are just chef's kiss. I absolutely love this blush palette, and I think it's time to start using these two shades. So that's what I have in here. Sorry I had to go through this part fast, but yeah, camera's about to die. That is everything in my everyday makeup drawers. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye guys.